the first things I tried to help with my POTS was mega dosing B1. I wanted to talk about the different pathways that use B1, but I realized that this is not everybody's passion. Science is not everybody's passion. So we'll just get to the point, which is B1 is a coenzyme that helps take glucose and turn it into energy. So one of my worst symptoms with POTS was severe fatigue. I did not know you could actually be that tired. Another symptom was really bad PVCs, to the point that my ribs were very, very bruised and I couldn't even lay on my left side. So when you also look at digestive system troubles, muscle aches all over the body, to me, that sounded like I had an issue with energy everywhere. Okay, so when I looked at B1, I started looking at the symptoms and realized that they're very, very similar to POTS. Cardiovascular issues, nervous system issues, so tachycardia, shortness of breath, issues handling sugar. And I really couldn't handle carbs suddenly. Low stomach acid, mood issues, cognitive issues like brain fog. These are all symptoms of B1. But it sounds like I'm listing off symptoms of POTS. So what would cause a B1 deficiency? Well, drinking a ton of alcohol definitely could cause that, but I don't think most of us are doing that and then suddenly getting POTS. The most common cause is getting really sick. And so another thing would be dysbiosis. If your gut has certain bacteria in it that are using up thiamine very fast, you're going to be deficient. High carb diets, drinking coffee, drinking tea, there's a lot of different things that deplete you of B1. And so that was enough for me to think maybe I should try to replace this. And why wouldn't I just, eat more pork, right? I tried that. And I don't think that you can actually get enough B1 to solve this issue from food, especially if a lot of us have issues with our digestive system, or maybe we're not absorbing vitamins as good as we could, and maybe we have bacteria that shouldn't be there that are using our vitamins. So I really do feel like it was necessary for me to supplement. Now, I did a bunch of research and I found that a lot of doctors have already tried to use B1 to help with chronic fatigue and to help with fibromyalgia, and the results were significant. There were a lot of improvements, but they megadosed. So I wanted to know, why would you megadose? Now, there are some specialists who theorize that low B1 actually causes some of these enzymes that they're supposed to activate. It can cause these enzymes to degrade. And when they degrade, you need to wake them up somehow. And so the theory is, by flooding your system with B1, you can actually wake up these enzymes and allow these processes to start working again, to make energy for you. So after reading this study, and I saw that they were using up to 1,800 milligrams of B1, that seemed risky. I don't have any medical help. I'm doing this on my own. So I didn't feel comfortable doing 1,800 milligrams. What I did was 300 milligrams, and I used benfotiamine. Ideally, I would have used Thiamax, but I couldn't get any access to Thiamax here in Canada, so I had to use benfotiamine. Why would I use Thiamax? Because it crosses the blood-brain barrier, and it absorbs really well into the gut and into the cells. But again, I didn't have access to that, so I used benfotiamine. Now, did this miraculously cure me? And this is the only video I'm gonna make? No, sorry. I really hoped that it would. I had more hope than you could imagine, but it didn't. I did have an increase in energy, and I do think it's important to make sure these systems are on and working as I start healing. So I wouldn't have changed it. I would always make sure that I did this first, and I actually still take 200 milligrams of B1 every day. But this was not the biggest benefit of all the things I tried. I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean that some people try this they could try this and 100% get better. They don't have to do anything else. That is a possibility. So it's worth mentioning. In the next video, we'll get into some options that had significant healing for me.